and welcome to a brand new episode of the podcast entitled Couch Potatoes Unite! This is a podcast based on a blog of the same name, because the devil is in the details, of course. My name is Kylie and I love TV. If you feel the same, keep listening and or checking out the blog at couchpotatoesunite.wordpress.com, as you're bound to find some common ground or something you like. For Couch Potatoes Unite, we're all about the wonders and unique long-form storytelling of the small screen. CPU wishes you rest from the heat and hopes you've been following releases of brand new episodes of the podcast on Wednesdays, as well as new blog entries on some Tuesdays, and as always, we have several more new episodes on the way. Because the panelists and I live lives behind our podcast, the episodes are published once per week. Subscribe to the blog or the podcast via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and via Google Play to stay on top of brand new episodes. Episodes already published discuss a variety of shows around the water cooler, including, but not limited to, Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, Grimm, American Horror Story, How to Get Away with Murder, Gotham, Once Upon a Time, and the Marvel's Netflix series, including Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. Plus, a bevy of new episodes are in the works, including revisits for New Girl, Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., The 100, Doctor Who, Orange is the New Black, The Originals, and the DCTU series panel covering Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl, with an episode for each show, a return for part 2 of our Sherlock panel to talk series 3 and 4, a final visit with our Broadchurch panel to say goodbye to the mystery drama from across the pond. We'll be launching a new panel covering Lemony Snicket's unfortunate events, and Sense8, which is getting a finale episode later, so we're no longer looking back at it. Our Buffyverse panel will continue the 5-part series covering Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel with episodes 2 to 5, and because we also look back at shows now past, we'll be looking back at Marvel's Agent Carter. What's more, CPU is going live again! We've been planning some live events, as I've repeatedly been alluding to in these introductions, and we're super excited about ones we have coming up. First up, we're going live, but just on Facebook. Live from the bunker, that is, when our Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt panel reconvenes to talk Season 3. Stay tuned for those details. Also, if you can believe it, CPU is coming up on our 100th episode. We're ready for syndication, baby! Just kidding. What we're not kidding about, however, is that we have a special live event coming up on October 2nd to celebrate the 100th episode, which will, in the spirit of live events, actually be in front of a live studio audience. Stay tuned for those details, too. We also have more live appearances and other cool stuff being planned, so make sure you like us at our Facebook page, our Twitter, follow us at CPU Podcast, our Instagram at Couch Potatoes Unite, and or our Pinterest at CPU Podcast, or subscribe to the blog, our YouTube channel, our iTunes channel, our Stitcher Radio channel, or find us on Google Play. In the meantime, if you don't hear your show in this podcast format, fellow panelists and I still write reviews, and we're always seeking new panelists, so if you have any interest in joining the discussion, say hello by finding us at any of those outlets I've mentioned. At the very least, stop by and leave us a thumbs up, comment, or review. We like feedback. The non-lethal send our spirits back to the pits they came from kind of feedback anyway. Today, we're around the water cooler to recap the second half of Season 12 of long-running cult favorite Supernatural, which airs September through May on the CW. The Season 12 finale aired on May 18, 2017. Supernatural, to remind the listener, is an American fantasy horror series created by Eric Kripke, first broadcast on September 13, 2005 on the WB, and subsequently became part of successor The CW's network lineup. Starring Jared Padalecki as Sam Winchester and Jensen Ackles as Dean Winchester, the series follows the two brothers as they hunt demons, ghosts, monsters, and other supernatural beings in the world. The series is produced by Warner Brothers Television in association with Wonderland Sound and Vision. Our Supernatural panel, specifically Nick, Jen, Allie, Kelsey, and Jeremy, have again gathered around the water cooler to discuss the current goings-on of this epic long-running series about the two monster-hunting Winchester brothers. Ready as we always are to hit the road in that trusty 67 Chevy Impala named Baby, and to get started, it should as always be noted that all of our panelists have viewed the entire series through the 12th season finale and may discuss sensitive plot points across all of the seasons, because we just do that. So for those of you who haven't watched any Supernatural and plan to catch up at some point, listen at your own risk, as there are going to be major spoilers. Welcome back, panel. How are you all today?
Good.
Are you ready to talk about this second half of the 12th season?
Sure.
All right. You guess so.
I just have a lot of feelings. I said this.
That's true. She does have feelings, and we will parse them out momentarily. But of course, I have to check your temperature, and I have slightly tweaked. It wasn't tweaked the last time, but I have slightly tweaked the standard character question that changes with each show we do. We're going to check your temperature to see how you're feeling with Supernatural nowadays. I'm going to read the breakdown, as it were, and then remind everybody who you were the last time. Then you can tell us if you're the same. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you watch Supernatural because hunting is your life and or because you love the show Hunting and or the show about hunting? For you, it's keep grinding until the end or until you die. Also, you're really into Baby, that is the Impala, most fried meats, the awesome use of classic rock, and pie. Or you watch it because your brother watches it, like Dean Winchester. Do you watch it because you were reluctantly convinced to watch the show about the lives of two brothers demon hunting, but now you can't imagine your life without the show, or demon hunting? Also, you're deeply concerned by the moral implications of what the brothers do and the inherent good and evil impulses of humans, the beings you hunt, angels and demons. Or you watch it because your brother watches it, like Sam Winchester. Do you watch it because your best friend watches it, and or because your best friend is deeply committed to hunting, and even though you shouldn't really be involved with his actions or decisions, you trust, or her actions, you trust your best friend's judgment and moral center. Also, you don't have the greatest decision-making track record yourself, despite the fact that you're such an angel, like Castiel. Do you watch it because you like to keep your friends close but your enemies closer, but you've grown tired of the show and are ready to watch something else? So, you jump the shark, maybe to seek other career pastures, like Crowley, or you don't watch it or watch it anymore, for the most part, except when the devil comes to town. For whatever reason, you're exceptionally drawn to the Lucifer character, particularly as played by Mark Pellegrino, who became a regular this season for a moment, and love the idea of the devil having a baby. Otherwise, you kind of hate this long-running show and wonder why it won't just die already, though some could ask the same of you. Like Lucifer. Who would like to start?
I'll start.
Okay, Jeremy, our most recent addition to the panel. Last time you tried to be somebody who was not on the scale.
I remember that.
But then you sensibly landed on Dean because there is a framework around here, mister. Who are you this time?
I'm still somewhat Dean, but I'm leaning more towards Crowley.
Oh.
It's gone on and on and on and on.
And it might go on until season 14.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know, I just feel like I think they've done almost everything under the sun, and I think they're kind of reaching for straws now.
Succinct and to the point. Welcome back, Jeremy.
This is tough for me. I'm Nick, by the way.
Hi, Nick, by the way. Last time you were Crowley.
I know, and I'm not Crowley anymore.
Twist.
That's the one you changed.
It is.
I think I'm more Sam?
Okay.
Question mark?
I don't think you're sure.
It's a very Sam answer.
It is. You kind of said it like he would. So why are you Sam, Nick?
Because I did not start watching the show when it started, and it didn't sound like a good show at all. But now that I'm watching it, I want to keep watching it. So I can't imagine my life without the show. Because I can't just stop abruptly. I have to find out how it ends. Unless it goes on for like 10 more years.
Fair enough.
That is it.
Welcome.
We don't
that's
know.
all- That's all you had to answer for now. Welcome back, Nick.
I'm Jen.
Hi, Jen.
And
Last time you were everyone but Crowley.
I'm pretty much just Sam and Dean now.
Okay. Oh, well, nice. We're coming down. Any reasons why? Want to justify that?
No, I think before I was only a little bit of Castiel, and it's pretty much gone. I don't know.
She lost her grace.
I lost my grace.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to read here and I can't figure it out. No, Ted is dying.
Well, think on that because this is a podcast.
Is it?
It is. Welcome back, Jen.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey.
Hi.
Last time, you answered Castiel, and then you said the brothers, and then you said you're probably Crowley, even though you don't like him.
I was indecisive.
Yes. So I said
That doesn't sound like me at all.
I know, shocking.
No, I'm Dean.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know how I feel about the finale, but I am still hooked on the show, and I plan on watching to the end. Because I'm a completionist, and I need to know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
So,
Kelsey.
yeah, thanks.
My name is Allie.
Hi, Allie.
Hi.
Last time you were Dean, although you relate to Sam. You made sure to say that.
Yes, I stand by that. But I love Lucifer and Mark Pellegrino. I don't want the show to die or anything. Like, just putting that out there, but I would say at the core I am Dean, and then it just kind of
With like a dash of Lucifer.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
We're stirred up in there. So yeah, that's that.
That was deep.
Thank you.
has
I
feelings.
try.
Why she does have feelings. You're
so many
right.
feelings.
That must be which side are the feelings. That's what you got to answer. Is it the Dean or the seed of Lucifer? Welcome back, Allie. Allie, what are the dynamics?
I am your niece.
That is correct.
You always ask me that, and I always get confused.
That's because you're thinking, what? I know that, but they don't. Maybe
It's true.
it's true.
I'm your niece, just so everyone knows. There we go.
Because we clearly are going to have so many disagreements.
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
kidding. Welcome back. And of course, I'm Kylie. And last time I was Dean. And this time I'm still Dean. Done.
Why, Kylie?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Why?
Podcast,
You
Kylie.
can't talk, Jen.
I just figured out why I'm not a Cass. Because
Oh.
I'm not a fan pretty much anymore. Like, I don't like the way they're taking the character
Of Cass or the show?
Cass. Well, the whole show. But
Oh.
You guys. That's what I might cry about.
This is going to be spicy, I think, a little. Why am I still Dean? Although I agree that this season was definitely not as good as last season, and that they are kind of reaching. I think that's a good way to describe it. There's still enough about Supernatural that it's comfortable to watch, and I didn't hate my time watching it. I just thought it's, a little bit not quite what it's,
Mediocre.
a
It's-
little on the mediocre
It's not
side.
as solid as it used to be. The
No.
storylines and the concepts aren't as...
Well, and I was getting disappointed
Yeah.
watching the newer season because I'm like, this used to be so good.
I
Why am I
know.
watching this?
I rewatched it recently, and like the first 5 seasons. I know everyone says the first 5 seasons, but it's true. That's
That
like
was so long
Well,
ago.
that's-
I know, but that's the
Because
heart.
originally what was intended for was 5 seasons.
Yeah,
so.
and that's the heart of the show. So,
I always tell people when they're like, I don't know if I want to watch 12 seasons, I'm like, just watch the first 5, and then I won't be mad at you.
Then you'll get my references.
Exactly.
Exactly. So to that end, plus I'm unabashedly in love with Jensen Ackles, so I probably
Yes,
will
as we
just
know.
continue to watch Jensen Ackles no matter how bad the show gets. And Jared, I think he's cute too. That's all. It's a superficial reason, but it is what it is. Welcome back to everybody.
Thank
So they've already kind of hinted where I think this podcast is going to go this time, but let's talk about the second half of season 12. What did you like, or maybe the more popular question, what didn't you like?
I'll start off on a positive note.
Wow, okay.
I liked the way that they paralleled Mary and Dean with almost like John and Sam's relationship, because you see more conflict with Mary and Dean as opposed to, like, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I liked that a lot. I didn't like Mary so much, which is really disappointing.
I
That was a good writing.
liked her character. I didn't like what her character did. I didn't like...
true. Yeah, that's a better
but,
way
you
to
know,
phrase it.
my main argument with Supernatural has always been that they have not had a long-standing, strong female character. So I couldn't complain when they had Mary. I was like, yeah, okay, great. And then in my favorite episode of the whole season, I think. I don't really remember the beginning as strongly, but my favorite episode was that penultimate episode when they were having their face-off with the British Men of Letters, and I was like, do it, and then Mary killed her, and I was like, yes! And I was like screaming. I don't remember being that excited about something that happened on the show in a long time. So
wait, no strong female characters. What about Jodie?
she dies.
yeah.
Everybody dies.
But she came back. Did she die?
Probably.
No,
I don't
she
know.
died.
She might be
Yes,
alive now.
they just-
Okay,
When she died in the
but
finale?
she's not in every. Like, she's
No,
not a
she's
main
not a
character.
She's getting her own spin-off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Oh, is she? That's beautiful.
Wayward Sisters.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what my argument was with Jodie, though. Now I remember, is that she's not a central character. Like, Mary has become a central character.
This season, we'll see. what happens next
Right?
season.
Yeah. No. Exactly. For sure.
The wayward daughters or sisters or whatever it is, that'll be, I think, Donna, the sheriff.
I love Donna
I know, and then
Jodie and Alex.
Jodie, yeah, and
Yeah.
then maybe
Or niece, or
Claire.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
and Claire. Yeah,
I'm really excited.
that would be cool. I would watch that for sure. So yeah.
I really liked how they did the look back at, and my favorite episode is Ace of Fox, of the twins. the witch twins.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
I had
Even though
forgotten about them.
I did not like how it ended at all. I was so mad.
Agreed.
It was like, oh, you brought these awesome characters that have such a dynamic personality back, and oh yeah, let's kill some people.
Let's kill one, and then
The other one goes
the
to
other
dark
one goes
side.
dark side.
Yeah.
Which, I mean...
I would too, bring people back from the dead, just give me that ring,
Right. I don't know.
I would not.
Come on, 100 years of
I don't
life,
think I could
superpowers.
live with knowing that my loved ones were just twigs on the
You
inside,
can
though.
pass the demon thing along. You sold your soul, but you can pass it along. You saw how she was doing it? Find another witch, pass it along.
I feel like it didn't
It's
work
like hot
out well.
potato.
I don't think it was souls.
Yeah, she
That's
died.
really a good.
It didn't. I liked Dean and Sam's characters this season. I mean, I always liked them, but I felt like they did a good job of staying true to them, and nothing they did was particularly what? That's weird and out of character.
Well, of course.
Seems like they're pretty solid.
I mean, a solid moment there was the grenade launcher.
I know. Finally. Oh my god.
That
Did
was
anyone
great.
else think that he didn't really give them enough time to plan when he pulled the trigger? I'm watching the episode, he just fires it off, and they're still running for cover.
I mean, but he
Could
was
you
so
give a warning?
excited to use that, though.
True.
It makes sense.
It made sense.
Yeah.
It was like Christmas morning to him.
Yeah.
But for the
Yeah.
fact that they might die if it didn't work.
I was surprised when we came back from the break how quick I thought they were going to milk the guys being in prison, and they just
Oh,
wrapped
yeah.
that up really quick. And I also thought
Oh,
Billy
yeah,
was
they
going to
did.
be them running from Billy or how to defeat Billy was going to be a bigger arc, and that also was wrapped up in the first episode back from the break.
So let's ask a question, because I've got responses to a lot of people, but since we're at the beginning, I'm going to jump off that one. So one of the things that happens is that Sam and Dean essentially call Billy and make a deal with her, Billy the Reaper, that if she kills them and allows them to die long enough for the feds to think they're dead, they could break out of prison, and then in exchange for this deal, one of the Winchester brothers would die permanently by midnight that night.
One of the Winchesters.
One
Yeah,
of
they
the
didn't
Win-
say brothers.
Oh, right, one of the Winchesters.
Yeah.
That's correct. So then, when they make their escape, which they are aided by the British men of letters, because this is before we really know what their motives are, Billy shows up to come and claim her prize, and Mary offers herself in sacrifice based on the technicality that you just pointed out.
Right.
Which I think they played that moment well, because you weren't sure what they were going to do with the Mary character anyway, and
Yeah.
that would have been an all-right send-off, sacrificing herself for her children.
Exactly.
Yeah, which that is one thing I like about Mary, is that even though she does make bad choices, it's for the good of her family, which is sort of the sum of
Yeah.
Sam and Dean and everyone, so...
And wasn't it Dean who was going to be the one sacrificed?
They were going back and forth on
Yeah,
it. I
which-
don't think they had really resolved that
And then
idea
Mary stepped in.
until Mary stepped in. And then Billy makes sure to say that, if you break a deal with the Reaper, there's going to be cosmic consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So we think, oh shoot, Mary's going to die, it's not going to be right. But then before anything can even happen that resolves those three, Castiel comes in from behind and stabs
Yeah.
Billy to death, and Billy is now gone. Because apparently Reapers die.
Anyone else
Yes,
see-
so.
Which seems a little...
Does anyone else see the parallel there between how she died and how Castiel gets stabbed from behind?
Oh, was that the cosmic?
Oh.
Maybe that's the
I
cosmic.
didn't think about that just now.
I never
I did.
thought of that.
I did see that.
That's
Mind
interesting.
blown! That's the cosmic consequence, because that was the question I was going to ask. Where did we see the
Yeah.
cosmic consequences? Oh my gosh.
Thank you, I'll be here all week.
Now I feel stupid. Oh, I should have caught that.
I mean, I think
That's it. That's it. But,
we
oh,
had,
no.
one Reaper die before, didn't we? There was that test
Way
girl.
back in the day,
Yeah.
I thought.
And Death. I mean, if Death
Oh,
was
my
dead,
God,
I guess the
guy.
Reaper
Yeah.
should
I
die.
still want to know why bad things aren't happening
I
now that
know.
Death is dead.
Like,
hello.
I mean, bad
Only
things
one
are
death.
happening, but
Maybe she's the death of violent deaths. Come on, not the Reaper?
well,
No,
like
no.
actually,
Oh,
yeah,
death.
No, like when
Like,
Death
the
died,
Wait,
I
yeah.
still have a problem with way back.
Yeah.
Why are people still dying? Why is why wasn't there some giant cosmic consequence with them killing Death with a capital D? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Actual Death. Actual Death died, and I don't think there were any really long-lasting
They glossed it over with pretty boys and pizza. I don't know.
Pizza.
Pie.
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 Diner
Pie.
food.
Burgers
Pizza
and
pie.
pie.
Burgers and
Yeah.
pie. That's right.
And
Well, I guess my question about cosmic consequences was answered. Good job, Jeremy.
That's how we do these.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
From Jeremy to you.
That first episode, finally, I think one of my complaints with the Men of Letters in the first 8 was that they think Sam and Dean are these just screw-ups. So there is a little moment where they seem slightly impressed that the Winchesters did defeat Lucifer. So I'm glad they at least... because I thought that was ridiculous.
Including from the stone-faced catch, which was interesting. Because I think Mick was kind of along for the nicer one, was kind of along for the ride for a while, but Ketch was immediately suspicious of them again after that.
And then this episode gives us where the Men of Letters truly do stand when they murder everyone that had Sam and Dean held prisoner.
I feel bad for Cass, though, because he's sort of just there for fan service because they never know what to do with him. Like, he just kind of shows up and does something cool, and then he leaves for, 5 episodes and then comes back again. Like, it's just...
I don't think that's fan service as much as it is budget, though.
Well, that as well, I suppose.
Well, I think he's their go-to when they can't figure something out. They're like, oh, let's pull Misha in and see what we can do with that character.
For the Angel.
Well, he is popular, too. I mean, there is...
He wasn't
that's
he was
the
not
thing.
intended to be...
No, that's true.
That's true.
He was never intended to go past season 4 when he got introduced.
He's my favorite character until maybe this season. I'm very torn. I don't know how far we want to go because we're trying to do an episode by episode thing. Yeah. But
we can talk about it.
There
are no rules here.
Okay, great. In the very beginning of the season, like I said, I just felt like they were really floundering with him and didn't know what to do. And every once in a while they'd be like, well, we have to bring him in for a second because he's Cass and they got to check in. Or they just have one of
Sam or Dean say, any word from Cass? No.
Right, or that. We have to acknowledge him because he's a regular character.
Garth, though, back in the day.
That's true.
But
those characters...
Bobby stayed put for the most part, so
you could see timeline-wise though why they would say put and
right. That's what I mean. Whereas Cass is he can go wherever he wants. So I don't know. So I felt like they were getting really stuck with him, and then they had the whole Nephilim thing where he found his faith with this Nephilim and was
Lucifer's
baby, who had shown him the future that was paradise, basically, and he blindly believed this.
He blindly believed God for thousands of years.
Yeah, and you'd think he'd learn. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, we don't know for sure because we don't really know what this kid is going to be like. We just were introduced briefly in 2 seconds. But I kind of have a feeling that he's not going to be all roses and sunshine. His eyes were glowing red, so,
I thought they were glowing.
Or were they yellow?
They were yellow.
Whatever. Anyway, they were glowing in the dark, and he had bloody footprints. It was scary.
Which makes me wonder. This is now at the end of the season, so I'm going to toss this out. You can choose to answer it or not, but what, in fact, are the yellow-eyed demons?
They're the
princes of hell.
Yeah, their eyes indicate, their hierarchy. So.
Right.
What was the first yellow-eyed demon?
Azazel.
Was he a prince of hell?
Yes,
he was.
Did we know that?
No.
They didn't call it formally. We just learned
that was a tier.
Who knows what color Abaddon's eyes were?
Red.
Were they red?
Oh,
yes.
I thought they were red.
I believe.
It made more sense if they were yellow.
They
weren't yellow, but it would make more sense.
Abaddon was not a prince.
Because she was a knight of hell.
She was a knight.
But that's interesting, though, because then Crossroads, demons are red, so that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
No, they're black.
No, they're red. They're red.
Yeah.
They're red. Regular demons are
I think her eyes were just black then. And she didn't have
Abaddon.
Yeah, I don't think she had colorful eyes.
No.
I don't think so either, but
she had colorful hair.
It was so long ago. Anyway, but he finds this faith, and then I felt like that at least gave his character a purpose. And I actually enjoyed his interactions with, I forget her name,
Kelly.
the baby mama. Yes,
Kelly.
The baby mama. I liked their interactions, and I think because Misha is in his personal life very fatherly, and it seemed like it was a very natural fit for that character and for the actor as well.
He tried to go back and be a father figure to his daughter at one point too. So
he did, to James Novak stuff. To Claire. I remember things sometimes. Yeah. So I think Cass was looking maybe for that fatherly thing anyway, and then he found it with this, and then he just got stabbed in the back and died.
We'll get to that.
Can we just... you guys!
I mean, these first 2 episodes, I can't remember if it's the end, but Cass does a surprise sneak attack, stab in the back, kill.
Yeah.
And then that's how he goes.
I know.
Karma.
But he's like, first of all, he's like a main character, and they're just like dead. Second of all, is he really dead?
That's what
That's
I'm
the next
wondering.
question.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
No,
Because
that's what I meant by we'll
nobody
get to that, yeah.
He's
now
absolutely not really
that
dead.
Mary Winchester is back, I can officially say nobody stays dead on this damn show. Like, so are we supposed to be shocked and appalled by his death, or is he coming back?
Well, and that's a complaint of mine. Like, they just kill people for the sake of killing people, and it gets obnoxious. Because, like, we expect it at this point, and so it's not, like, shock value anymore.
Well,
What
especially
do you
because they don't
want?
stay dead.
Well,
yeah.
exactly.
What do you want for a cliffhanger after 7 seasons?
They gotta do something.
Armageddon.
Well,
His name's John.
you've done it twice.
Because most shows do their main character is in mortal danger. Like X-Files does that a bunch of times. You know that one of the two are not going to go.
I want to see God
It's the same
die.
thing.
Well, that's sort
God's
of
off talking to the darkness.
they're having
He's
this-
off
Chuck
playing
took a
skee ball in
walk.
Jersey.
Put on his chucks.
So then, because there's that cliffhanger that we expect, then could there be the argument that the show has gone on for too long because they can't think of anything else?
I get that feeling when a show introduces parallel universes. It's really
Like
I'm
they
real
just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get real nitpicky. The Flash is still all right, but
Fringe.
Well, that's kind
Fringe
of
is the main
That's
one.
part of the canon
that's part of the
Flash.
Flash.
I know, but that I don't mind it there.
Right. But here, yeah, where they introduce their
Once you
what's
have parallels.
the parallel where Sam and Dean never saved the world, and it's
I mean, do we get Bobby back from
So
the
we,
parallel?
well,
We're so
let me set this up since you're hinting at it.
We were talking about the eyes, though. Like, does that indicate that, like, the Nephilim is
well,
like a
that's at the end, so I can pull
Sorry.
it all back together. That's what the moderator does.
Oh, cool.
So to set it up for the listener, when Kelly is going into contractions with the baby that is Lucifer's, apparently these contractions rend space and time open such that when you go through the crack in space and time, there is a parallel universe which is apocalyptic because Sam and Dean never existed. They never saved the world, they never existed because John died before they had kids.
Before he met Mary.
Before he
Before
met
he
Well,
met
Mary.
after they met, before they got married. and
Yeah.
had kids.
yes,
Was
yeah.
that with, like, he died? No. With Azazel? I don't remember.
Azazel killed Mary in that universe.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
About
okay.
10 years
I don't
prior to the current events.
remember. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Because she would she would get drunk and talk about John, this hunter that she loved, etc., blah, blah, blah. So he died before that.
Okay.
Yep.
Bobby is still alive in this universe.
Which means, yeah.
Irony.
And one of the things that they decide to do with this universe, which apparently is possible, is to trap Lucifer. Because Lucifer, this whole half season, first he's trapped by Crowley in hell because his host body, played by Mark Pellegrino, is somehow worded but then has reverse polarity. Don't get me started. That was the weakest part. And then
And the stupidest idea Crowley's
was
ever
stupid.
had.
it was a little
I'm not
Star
gonna
Trek
lie.
for Supernatural.
Yeah, like Crowley has had some stupid ideas. But that was
Yes.
probably the stupidest thing he's ever tried to do.
Anyway, so Lucifer very naturally breaks out and is after his kid, and Sam and Dean and Crowley come up with this plan to trap Lucifer in the alternate universe by casting a spell. The spell requires the sacrifice of a life, and conveniently, since Mark Shepard is leaving the show, he announced that
I'm so sorry.
Crowley is the one who got sacrificed. Spoiler. So Crowley will not be on the show at least next season, if he ever comes back. But the byproduct of this is that Lucifer doesn't stay trapped until Mary, who's also on the other side, reaches in and pulls him in. Meanwhile, the baby gets born with yellow eyes,
Yes.
which is why I bring up the question. Because they focused in very specifically on the yellow-eyed demons this
Yeah, what
Yeah,
color
season.
are Lucifer's eyes?
red.
Okay, that's what I couldn't remember.
Those are red.
Okay.
And I think his are the only ones that are red. Because he's the angel turned
I thought we said the
evil.
crossword
Yeah, the
road
crossroads
demons
demons
are
are
red.
Used to be.
But-
Back in the day. I don't know if there still are.
But I think they're like the full eye
They're
red,
contacts.
right? They're like but they're like the whole the whole eye. I
Yes.
think Lucifer's
Yeah.
are just the
Like
iris
the black,
that are
but
red.
red.
Have we seen a
Yeah.
Crossroads demon
Not since
recently?
season 8.
No,
Okay.
Really?
Not for a really
Yeah.
long time, yeah.
There wasn't one.
There was
No.
a female Crossroads demon in season 8.
I feel like
Last
they-
one.
No,
I think 8 or
we
9.
just had that whole thing with the hellhounds getting loose, but there wasn't an actual crossroads.
Yeah, right, there wasn't
involved
a
in
They
that.
didn't even
crossroads
check
to that,
in with
no.
the D.
They checked it with
No.
Crowley.
No, because the Hellhounds were in service to the Men of Letters, because
Yeah.
Crowley made a deal with Ketch,
I
and
hate
Ketch had
that.
control. Yeah, I didn't like that part either.
I didn't
That
either.
was really dumb.
There was a lot of shady writing in this.
There's a lot of
Plus
shady
the person
deals.
That the Hellhound demon killed.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
glad Crowley's dead,
yeah.
guys. I
Well-
didn't like him.
I mean,
I know.
I
He annoys
wonder
me.
because Mark Shepard announced that he's not going to conventions either anymore through creation. So I wonder if like something happened with like the producers or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, what's been out in the press, and I don't have any reason to disbelieve it, is that he's been doing this show a very long time.
Well,
It's been
that's
on the
what
air a very long time. He actually had a career, you know,
Mm-hmm.
prior to Supernatural.
Yeah, of doing every other sci-fi series ever.
Pretty much. He appeared on the X-Files. He appeared on a lot of
And
different things.
Firefly
Firefly, yep.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
So I just think maybe Kelsey says she doesn't like him. I don't know. I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but he has been kind of phoning it in the last few seasons.
Mm-hmm.
At least since the one when Dean was trying to get rid of the Mark of Cain.
Right.
That was the
Yeah.
last time he was fairly interesting to me.
Yeah. Speaking of Crowley, I know you didn't like her, but I was real mad at the way they killed Rowena off.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
my
like her,
God,
but I
it's
thought
so-
that was horrible.
First of all, that was a intensely violent death that they
Yeah.
described towards a woman, which makes it even worse to me personally.
But to just show,
like
like,
to just show a burned
skeleton.
corpse and be like, by the way, she's dead. Like
She
And
was a great character.
lot
she
of
was
hair.
a great character.
She had
I would have liked to at least
different
see
dynamics.
her face
Ugh,
off
so
with
mad.
Lucifer first, you know, or,
Yeah, because like,
something.
she banished him to the bottom of the sea in one episode.
Yeah.
I would
well,
love
and
to
she
see her
would have been
Lucifer just
responsible
go
for
at it.
banishing
Not
him
that
to the cage as well if Crowley hadn't
Yeah.
hijacked her spell. So, like, I think it would have been way cooler if we could have seen some kind of face-off. And then if she loses and he burns her body or whatever, like, that's fine. But to just, like,
a witch's
I
battle.
agree. I hated that.
by the way, I killed her.
Do we believe she's dead?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure until
Well,
I
that's-
said
I do
Crowley
anyway.
wasn't coming
Yeah.
back.
That's what
And
I
if you think about the
wonder.
episodes she did this season
Right.
with the grandson, and I feel like
Well, and her character had been wanting to get out of things too, like character-wise, wanted to
go-
stop
like when she
being
tried to marry that guy
supernatural.
on the cruise or something.
Right? Yeah, she just
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
Somebody
to marry a
rich.
rich guy.
the next time we see her after that, she's like hustling people for poker. I prefer that than just I don't know.
Yeah, that just really
It didn't do justice to the character.
No.
I think.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
she beat Ruby for being the longest running woman, so like you should at least give her a little dignity.
at least give her the face off. That's
Yeah.
all I wanted
Well,
was
we don't
like
know
the
if behind
scene
the
where
scenes,
they're
maybe
confronting
the
each other.
actress decided not to do the show anymore as well. We have no
That's
idea.
true.
Or maybe
Well,
we
yeah,
didn't
but
realize-
still, I just think the way that they handled it.
They could have rolled it off that way no matter what happened.
They could have shown her putting up a fight,
Yeah.
I guess. Instead of it really came across as, and it's going to because it's from Lucifer's
Right.
word of mouth, as like, I just snapped my fingers and she's dead now. You know, I mean,
Well, and I guess maybe, and again, I don't love her, but I did like her this season a lot better than I liked her in the past couple.
I've always liked her. I know you don't like the way she says Fergus, but I
No.
think that's the point.
Fergus.
I did enjoy the episode Jen previously mentioned, you know, the one with the grandson, where they kind of
Yeah.
wrapped up a storyline, and he ended up going back in time and writing the timeline, which she did to get back at Crowley for killing her other son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I liked that a lot, and there's something in me says that, yes, they might be setting us up for that, Patsy, because Mark is leaving the show, but at the same time, how do we know she didn't make a deal with the devil?
We
That's-
don't.
No,
We
and
don't.
she
That's
might.
true.
I mean, that's what I'm holding hope out for, is that, because that would just be really a
She's
tragic
kind
way.
of a coward, so she might have with her back's against the wall, made a deal.
Yeah, I could
That's
see it
true.
happening.
Just-
But
to save
could you see
herself.
Lucifer taking that deal? Because he's kind of a let's cross our T's and dot our I's kind of guy.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
He is,
I guess it
but he
depends
was-
on how. I mean, he probably really wants to keep her away from the
Well,
Winchesters,
and
so she had enough
backstabbed him
power
a couple different
to.
times already, so I can't.
Yeah, that's true.
I think she's dead.
I
will be
surprised either way.
I will be
But
very
I don't
surprised if
want her
she's
to be
not
dead.
dead. Because I think you're right. I don't think Lucifer would.
But, with any being that has the power over space and time, who knows what's going to happen?
So we don't know if Rowena is alive in the parallel universe either. So they can bring the actress back.
That's possible.
Well, especially because Bobby's there. Bobby
Right.
died
Like,
how many
is Bobby
seasons
gonna be
ago?
back?
Is Bobby coming back?
I hope
I don't
not,
know.
honestly. I like Bobby.
What?
It's just like it opens up this whole
I hate it when
can
people
of
come
worms.
back in general. Like,
Yeah.
in fact, I was very resistant when they first brought Mary back as well.
I mean, yeah, but it's Bobby.
But that worked out well.
He
But
still has
it
been.
isn't Bobby.
I was
He
gonna say,
doesn't
well,
have the relationship with the boys.
He
Yeah.
seemed so different. The little bit you did get to see of him, he just
Like, it was
seemed
nice to have a cameo from the actor.
He was more
different. He's like mean, kind of.
yeah, like
and
He's
I'm
very
just killing
grounded.
angels.
Yeah.
Well, that's good
Yeah.
then because that's something to learn.
And he's been
So
in the
he can
apocalypse
learn
for
to be
years.
like the old Bobby, like Mary had to learn to be motherly.
I love how he's like, oh, it's not so bad here. People
So-
are dying everywhere. You're killing angels. It ain't so bad.
Side note: his automatic gun
Which
that
did
shoots
Oh,
shards
nothing to
of
Lucifer at all.
angel blade is so cool, and I'm so mad that it didn't do anything
But it was
to Lucifer.
literally just a prop
Or
to send a
that we
story.
didn't get to see it in action. I just wanted to see angels blow up with that gun.
Or see him mow down like an army of demons or something.
yeah,
That would've been cool.
that would have been so cool.
Could parallel universe Bobby meet heaven Bobby?
No, because they're
No,
different
because
universes.
I think
because
it is.
that's what I was
so-
about to ask is whether like heaven and hell connect
Yeah, I don't
You
think
know,
so.
but they
like
don't.
If the Earth are
If-
parallel, but
the
like heaven and hell
heaven and
are
hell are-
constant.
are constant, but
no,
they're not
they
because
can't be, of
because we just found out
different
the
angels,
demons are different
Yeah.
and that the angels wear baby eared
So we're going to have a
necklaces.
Lucifer versus Lucifer battle in the parallel universe?
Oh God! Please do not let them write enough seasons to go that long.
Oh my god.
That would be
It might be
incredible.
next season.
It might.
I will.
Hey,
Slip
is
my
Mary
wrist.
in the parallel universe?
Mary is in the parallel
Okay,
universe.
I thought she got
And
stuck
she's
there
alive.
as well.
She was dragged into the.
Did,
was dragged into it by Lucifer.
drag Lucifer in there at the end, or
No, I think Lucifer.
No, he grabbed her, yeah.
Okay.
I think
it was a little wonky, like the dynamic with how you get to the universes. Like it looked like Sam and Dean were playing peekaboo with Lucifer in the parallel universe. It was kind of weird.
Well,
like
it's
I'm back, kind of thing. I
It's
don't know.
kind of like what happened with Purgatory. I thought it opened and.
It reminded me of Purgatory.
In fact, I wondered if it was purgatory
Playing
at
in bed
first.
Which would be.
Too.
Yes,
Yes,
that's a whole other topic. But
I have to say, when he said "you," I was like, "Please don't let it be their dad. I will just."
I told Adam,
Be
I'm like,
so mad.
oh, it's John Winchester. Damn it!
That's what I thought. honestly.
I
Why?
love Jeffrey Dean Morgan so much. So
Yeah.
he made a cameo on the show, even if it was for
because-
a split second.
Hey,
he was
whatever his
done.
name in on The
I know.
Walking Dead's Bat made a cameo, so
I
why
know,
can't he
need
make
it,
a
please.
cameo?
Because
Jeffrey
for
Dean Morgan,
me,
if it was-
I'm done with dead people coming back to life.
I mean, yes,
and
but-
and they've
probably
they've
done
exhausted him.
And
Yeah.
John Winchester
Maybe.
left. He like had a finale. Like he went to
Yes,
heaven. Like
yeah.
it was done. Like you
That's-
knew he was not going anywhere.
That's
You were
a
not
good
going to see him again. His ghost went to heaven.
Well,
good
but
point.
also Mary died, and we thought for sure Mary was going to.
Did her ghost go to heaven?
I don't know where a ghost came from,
Exactly.
but she came back by a literal act of God. Only it was the dark side
She
of God.
did kind of go to heaven in that one episode in season 1 called Home or whatever.
Or she burns
Yeah.
on the ceiling?
No,
Yep.
no. It's where
It's after that.
No,
she's like haunting a house.
She like goes all sparkly and white and goes up.
Yeah.
The white
Yeah.
lady one?
Yeah. Well, where
No,
the
wait, that was-
poltergeist was in
yeah.
their old house,
Yeah.
and then also her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they find out. Yeah.
I just
That was
rewatched
good.
that episode.
So I'm going to weigh in here because I haven't talked a whole lot other than to ask questions. First of all, probably the most solid part of this season to me was the Mary storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know that I would have given 2 bits about the British Men of Letters without her. Some of the standalones were okay, but none of them really stood out in a way that made me think, wow, this is supernatural at its finest. No,
Yeah.
they were okay. The better standalones were in the first half of the season. If it weren't for Mary being in this half of the season and kind of bonding the way Allie originally said at the top of this recording, which is the whole Dean and Mary thing, because I've always theorized that Dean was probably more like his mom than his dad, really, in the end. You know, the reason why Sam and John clashed so much is because they were so much alike. You know,
Yeah.
much more sensitive, much more reasoned, whereas Mary is much more rash, much more driven from the heart than from the brain, like the other two. So I loved that whole thing right down, and the penultimate episode is the same episode where we get Dean diving into Mary's conditioning that Lady Bevel kind of created, where they basically, the British men of letters brainwashed her so that she would go around killing all the American hunters and cleaning up the mess that they think is prevalent in our country.
Right.
And it was also her button with the Lucifer storyline that ended up giving it any gravity at all. Like, if Mary hadn't have been there, I don't know what this season would have been, but it certainly would not. I mean, if you think it was bad now, without Mary, it would have been 10 times worse.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's why. I guess that's why I'm saying I liked her character, because I think it was so strong. And you're right. It was the overarching arc that held everything together.
Which,
Right.
I don't know if that was that episode, but the one where I thought Jensen Ackles' performance was great.
He always gets a really good emotional one in
Yeah,
it.
it's true. But when he was like, "I hate you," and it was this whole like monologue, I thought that was
that's good.
amazing. Yeah.
A single man tear.
Did you just want to like grab him and hug him?
And
Like, it's gonna be okay.
It's okay.
Yes, I wanted to.
I do too.
I went to every episode.
Yes, me too. We'll have to share.
Let's bottle those tears and sell them on eBay.
They would go for so much.
I mean, let's comfort you.
I would love, even if it's at the very end of the show, whenever that may be, I don't think it would undercut anything, John coming back, because they've already established that people come back.
I mean,
I think
maybe.
Kelsey's point is more, you were both kind of saying it, Kelsey and Allie, that it's to the point now where people coming back and people dying don't have the impact they're supposed
Right.
to have.
I guess that's what I'm saying. And it
You should
seems
be a
like
Reaper.
John is.
Things that are dead stay dead.
That's right. That's who you need to put that character
Billy. You are Billy.
in the character.
Well, she's
thing in the
dead
beginning.
now.
I know.
But will
She could come back.
Well, maybe we can get Death back while we're at it.
Right.
We're all the four horsemen again.
I wish they did more with the four horsemen.
Yeah,
I wanted
I
a
agree with
season
that.
with each horseman,
I did too.
Yeah.
which would have filled some time.
Would have been cool. I just think it's lost the impact, and I also think that there's been enough times when they were like, we need help, and John Winchester randomly showed up, and so I was glad it was somebody else, I guess, is what I'm saying in the end. But
So
Bobby
it's
is
okay.
also one of those characters. So.
Well, yeah, and Bobby's basically John's extension, so
Right,
it's like
he's
I
the
don't
other
know-
father figure.
Yeah, I don't know why we'd be okay with one and not the other. I mean, I don't think Jeffrey Dean Morgan's gonna
I know, but
get off The
Jeffrey
Walking Dead
Dean, if you're
anytime
listening.
soon, but he's kind of a popular and evil character on that show, so I understand. I don't watch it.
I don't either.
Shock and appalled.
What?
British Men of Letters, though, I don't know how you guys felt about that as a separate storyline. Aside from the grenade launcher button on that, and the fact that Sam came through and decided to lead the charge, and there was this excellent, I call it Bromo, but musical episode would call it BM, where, Dean's like,
Yeah.
Sam, you're ready, you can do this, and Sam's like, but I need you there. No, I'm going to take care of Mom.
Yeah.
I had feelings, as was referenced, but otherwise I didn't care for it.
The Kendrick School, just 50% of their students are murdered by their other students.
Yeah, what the heck?
that was considered okay.
That felt like the anti-Hogwarts for British Men of Letters.
Right? A little.
How is there anyone? How are there any?
How are there any
I
graduates?
don't understand.
How did they fill
It's
the
like
Men
a
of Letters so well?
Graduating
if-
class of 2.
So, real quick, did anyone else get the impression when they were having the assault on the Men of Letters? Throughout the entire 12 seasons, Sam and Dean have been very adamant about not killing innocent people or not killing people in general.
Right.
And there were so many headshots in that episode that I was literally like, oh my god, there's brains on the wall.
Yeah.
Sam and Dean, or just from all
Well,
the
Dean
hunters?
wasn't
all the
there.
hunters.
Yeah.
Dean wasn't
No,
there.
the hunters.
The hunters.
And I don't think Sam might have taken some people out, but I don't think
He
he
took
was...
3 people out in the head.
Do you think
Okay.
it's because they were responsible for murdering so many hunters that they just
Yeah,
hated them?
I don't
There's
know,
that
but
piece
I
of it,
just feel
too.
like
It was who's
His-
the monster and who's the
Well,
man?
but I feel like that theme has kind of changed, like, after it hit, like, a certain point. They just don't really care anymore. They just want their ultimate
they want
end
the
goal.
show to be done with.
That's
No, they
debatable.
don't want the show to be done.
No, but
Oh, no,
they've
they
also
just-
gotten a lot more lenient about letting
Monsters
quote unquote
live.
monsters
Yeah.
live
Yeah.
too.
So they kind of-
Which
like
they actually referenced in this last couple
They did,
episodes.
because the Men of Letters were talking about how they kill all monsters indiscriminately, and they were like, well, wait a minute, we know some vampires that don't eat humans, and we're okay with letting them live.
Like
And-
Tara from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She was on that show.
It was funny to see I forget their names, but they killed Sam and Dean in the Heaven episode, Dark Side of the Moon, in season 5, and they came back this season.
I don't know
And
what you're talking about.
I don't know. It happened, I promise. I'm not lying. But it was...
The 2 hunters that
Yeah.
came back.
Oh yeah, where they're
like,
like,
"Oh, remember?"
yeah, we haven't seen you since. Oh yeah, you killed us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
in that
that was
episode, which
funny.
is a great episode. If you don't remember it, watch it. 'cause
I
it's
don't.
great.
I will watch it.
Yeah.
I don't
I
remember.
So I
barely
thought
remember
that-
the first
yeah.
11 episodes per season, so...
So yeah, I mean, that was funny because of the continuity and all that good stuff. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's just so much that I never know if it's a callback or a new character.
It's hard, but
That's
usually there's context clues for the callbacks. Like, for
Mm-hmm.
example, oh, hey, yeah, what's up? Yeah, you
Yeah.
killed us.
Yeah, stuff like that,
Kelsey
or they'll
did.
put it in the opening, like...
Right, in the montage.
Well, this
Put it
doesn't
in
mean
the
I
montage.
remember it.
Right, because that was, I had actually forgotten about the Witch Twins until they did that in the opening, and I was like, oh yeah,
They were my favorites. I love
They
them.
were great, but I didn't remember them until
And
I
they
saw
were
the
from
opening.
this season.
yeah, well,
Now
so
they
much
should.
happens
Yeah.
all the time. It's hard to keep
Yeah.
it straight sometimes.
Yes. I had another problem. We get the cult back, and it has an infinite
Yes,
number of
let's
bullets.
talk about the cult.
You could
Oh,
just make
yeah.
bullets for the
Bullets,
Colt.
bullets.
No.
Oh, they're
First of
making
all,
bullets.
They were
First of
making
all,
them.
first of all, how did the cult get lost to begin with
That's-
again?
Who
Thank
knows?
Dean got
I don't
drunk
know,
and
I
left
might-
it at a bar.
I had no idea it was gone.
No, somebody like
Well, it was definitely
I
gone.
thought
I
somebody
the angel.
destroyed it.
I thought it was...
That's what I thought,
That's
too.
later on.
Oh, okay.
Dagon destroyed it.
No.
No,
But I
earlier.
thought
No,
No,
like,
no.
way
I
back
thought it was
when-
destroyed and
I
then
did
somehow
too.
came
I'm
back.
almost
I must have
positive.
missed that
One
one.
of the angels had it.
Did they?
I
But
don't-
the person that they took it from was Ramiel, one of the princes of hell.
So how did he get
get
it?
didn't they trade something for the cult?
I think they're connecting the yellow-eyed demons and the angels. I really think that's where we're going.
Do you think the yellow-eyed demons are actually somewhat angels, kind of thing?
Or fallen angels?
fallen angels?
Yeah, yes. I
Like
thought-
Lucifer,
Yeah.
Well, couldn't they be the Emphilims?
demons
So
that
half
are old
human, half
enough-
angel?
Nephilims.
Nephilims, yeah.
But
Nephilims
then-
are human.
I don't know.
And so-
Yeah,
Angels?
Nephilims are half angel, half human.
Right.
But our little Lucifer product had yellow eyes when he, not a baby,
Right.
appeared in the bedroom.
Right. Yeah,
So-
And they spent a lot of time on the princes of hell
oh, and they didn't have
this
yellow.
season.
What if Azazel
They
was
do
a
have yellow
Nephilim
eyes.
Yeah.
that went through the conditioning that a normal demon goes through? Because demons are actually usually humans before they become demons.
Wait, what? Nephilim are usually humans before they...
No,
No,
demons
no,
are
demons.
humans
Yes.
before they're demons.
Right.
So
Except
what
some
if,
of them are fallen angels.
True. So what if
Some
Azazel
classes of
originally was a fallen or a Nephilim who became a demon because he has a human soul, can become a demon?
Oops.
That's interesting.
Because because in the first, and I don't know if they're really that sophisticated, but I've just noticed that they've really come back to the yellow-eyed demon concept, which they have not meditated on since Azazel died.
Also,
But I think they're trying to do multiple connections
Did
back to
we-
the first 5
I mean-
seasons with the cult and with Mary.
yeah,
Which I don't think is coincidence either.
I don't
Right.
know.
Or-
But
Especially
Or
if
just to
they're
lend gravity to the whole Mary set up this whole thing, kind of.
why,
She made the deal.
why
etc.
does the Nephilim grow up so fast?
Why not?
why did the darkness grow up so
Right.
fast?
I was just
Yeah,
gonna
but
say,
they're
oh,
not the
Rosemary.
same.
Yeah, I know they're not.
They're
but-
not the same though. Like, I don't know. I thought that was an interesting,
For continuity's sake.
I guess.
Yeah, that as well.
So that we can get on with it.
The last time we saw the cult, was that when they tried to kill Lucifer and it didn't work on them?
I think we saw the cult in Sola Sam season, which was season
Oh
6.
god,
So
that was so long
7.
ago.
No, that was 6. Yeah,
That was
yeah.
6.
Was it all
So
the way
they were using the
that far back?
daggers. And
I
stuff.
think so. I don't
So
think we
sad.
saw it in the Leviathan season.
That's probably why.
That's-
No,
God,
you
that
didn't.
season
So
was
something
awful.
must have
That's-
happened to it.
That's
And
probably why
I thought they
remember
just
it was
like
getting destroyed.
kept it with Bobby, maybe,
That's a
which is
long
what they
time ago.
normally did for like safekeeping. But
It was
No, it
definitely
was gone.
Yeah.
I think it was gone. Now I really want to know.
But I
I don't
want-
remember what happened.
All of a
to it.
sudden, they can make bullets for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you could suspend disbelief and believe that maybe Ramiel had a source, but
Yeah, or the Men of Letters, because they didn't have access to the Men of Letters stuff at that time. So
Right.
I guess maybe I don't. That
he
just,
also had the trident or spear that
Spear of
belongs to
Destiny.
Michael.
Oh yeah,
The archangel.
That was a
Michael.
sweet weapon.
Who's still stuck in the cage in the half-brother's body.
Yeah.
The last time we saw it was in Abandon All Hope in season 5, episode 10, which was when... So they tried to use it on Lucifer, and then it didn't work.
So then what happened to it?
I don't know. It just says... He also mentions he is one of the 5 things in all of creation that the cult cannot kill, and then it jumps
What are the
to
other
season
4?
12, episode 14.
Yeah,
I mean,
do
God,
vividly
the
remember
darkness.
that.
Well, yeah, because that was like a big,
Then
like...
what?
Do they just drop it and walk away because it was
So,
useless?
archangels,
against Lucifer?
God, the darkness.
Putting
Two
more
more.
thought
Lucifer.
into this than the writers.
Nope. Well, archangels.
The archangels, he created the 4 archangels first.
There's only
Yeah, there's 4. It's Michael,
Gabriel.
Gabriel, Lucifer, and...
Michelangelo. No.
That's the turtles.
Michael.
Raphael, was he?
Raphael.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's the other turtle.
The other turtle.
Where's Donatello?
Leonardo.
Okay, list all 4 of them again.
Michael, Lucifer, Gabriel,
Raphael.
Raphael. Those were the 4. He created those first, then he, according to Supernatural. Now, I'm not saying this is biblical, people. This is the supernatural lore.
Different.
Darkness and he existed at the same time. They became into being. Darkness went off and got ignored and revengey. He created 4 archangels and he created the angels. Then he created humans. Lucifer fought him and became, the morning star, the fallen angel, and he created hell and the demons. And that's how that...
Didn't he take am I confusing the Bible? I think
No, he
Lucifer
didn't take
takes
archangels. He took
demons,
some
or angels with him.
Yes.
Yeah, he took some
Other
angels
fallen.
with
His
him.
fallen brethren.
Which must be the princes of hell.
That's
Don't
what I
And
mean.
the Knights of Hell?
Prince... What?
What about Knights of
In
Hell?
theory.
The Knights of Hell.
But
I don't know
I would have
about
thought.
the
I don't remember.
I would have
what-
thought Lilith would have been a knight of hell, but she wasn't.
No, Lilith was
The one who
first
sacrificed
female
herself to
created.
free Lucifer.
The first
biblically?
evil
Yes.
female.
Yes. That's true.
Well, I get the Bible and supernatural confused.
Well, because...
'Cause it's not in the
she's
Bible.
still
They're
connected.
both fiction.
Because Eve became a character. Eve became a reference later on. But Lilith in season 4 was like
she was-
a queen of hell
She
who
was
had
the
all
first
the
demon.
seals.
Is what it
The
was.
first female demon.
Yeah.
No, the first demon for her. That's why she died. Sacrificed herself to free Lucifer from the cage. She was the first demon.
Well, then who created her?
Adam and Eve.
Well,
Oh, with their
biblically.
temptation.
Well, no, because biblically what it says, I don't know if this is the same for Supernatural, but, between what I watched once, it said that there was, a continuity issue in the Bible. So, it came out of, because they said Eve came out of his rib or something like that. But
Right.
then in
He created man and he created woman.
Yeah,
And then he created Eve out of...
yeah,
The rib.
Adam's,
There is-
rib.
Lilith, yes, exists in myth and lore as the first woman that
Yeah.
rejected Adam and didn't want to be subservient to Adam.
Yeah.
Then they created Eve.
Yes.
That's not
Right.
necessarily
That's not
the
Bible. That's not
but
Bible.
that's human. That's different cultures' mythos.
That is tied to the same origin story.
To what extent?
Which is where a lot of
Supernatural pulled for it.
Right.
Whether she was before.
But in the
humans or not.
supernatural world, she creates the seals to hell that they have to prevent from being opened by Lucifer in season 4. Because it's opening the gates of hell and letting Lucifer come forward, which would trigger the apocalypse. That was the whole plot arc over season 4 and 5.
Okay, so I go back to, what happened to the cult?
That's the question we need to answer, because it all of a sudden came back, and then it's broken again.
Yeah.
Now it looks
that was the
officially
whole,
broken.
7 civ.
Super broken.
I don't know. I don't think it's actually permanently broken because Dean asked him, "Can you fix it?"
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And he
But-
said some of the effect of, "I'm not sure." So, for
They'll
me,
probably
you're either
fix
going
it.
to say, "This is a writing standpoint." In a show, you're going to say yes, no, or maybe. Maybe you're going to maybe come back to it later on.
Right.
Right. I was just saying that. Whereas the first time we lost the cult, I'm not sure what they showed of it. This time they definitely show it getting torn to pieces.
Right.
Broken.
And
I don't know. There was a lot of just random references to things and people dying and then not following up with it. By the way, this person's dead now. This season. That annoyed me.
they're
When
cleaning
they
things
killed all the when the British Men of Letters killed all those hunters.
And now
Yeah,
what's happened
yeah.
to the American hunter system? Are
Well,
they
there-
all dead?
There's
gone.
8 left. They stormed the castle.
Right.
How many survived that, though?
Exactly.
4, maybe.
And 2 of them are
So they're
Winchesters?
taking recruits.
And Jody.
And Mary, does Mary count?
They're hiring now. They have an ad on Indeed.
They do not.
I'll sign up for that.
So that's part of it. The American hunters are decimated.
Yeah.
Castiel is presumed dead. I don't expect that to stick.
You know.
I hope not.
Not if we're also losing
I will actually cry. But I do hope that they don't just wrap it up in one episode, because it annoys me when stuff like that happens. Like earlier in this season with the boys in jail, and they're just like,
Actually,
or in the Leviathan
yeah,
season.
That was.
I was
like
okay
mercy.
with that.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have done it.
Well, a better reference
I don't know,
could be in season 10 when they wrapped out Dean being a demon in like the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, that one,
Like,
or
that
Cass
He
being
wasn't-
God in
he
season
wasn't
7, and they wrapped that up.
Technically a
super.
demon. That's when he had the mark of Cain, right?
Well, he died
After the
season
mark.
9, and
He-
then he came
he
back
died
as
in-
a Knight of Hell
Yeah.
because he had the mark.
What color
Yeah.
were his
It was
eyes?
only 3
They're
episodes.
black.
They were black.
Yeah.
It was
They
only
were
3
black.
episodes, so.
Yes, I agree with. I remember those seasons.
Also, I really loved that Crowley turned into a rat to avoid his own death.
Oh, that was great. That was funny.
That was hilarious. But then he died later anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like
don't
Crowley
remember
just
how he
like.
died.
He's like, I want to die on my own terms.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's bored. I think he's done with
Yeah.
life. He's like, my mom's dead.
I'm suicidal.
My kids are all
I don't
dead.
think he cared about his mom
no,
being
no,
dead.
because he was like, I just thought I'd be the one to kill her.
I just thought he was like, I'm
I think he
gonna
was
choose my own terms.
He does say that, though.
He said something about how
He never liked the job of
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
king of hell.
He's like, all
And
the
that's why
paperwork and.
Yeah, and they showed the whole flashback where Ramiel, the Prince of God, who had the colt and the Spear of Destiny, was actually in line for Lucifer's throne. And he said, I don't want it. And Crowley, he said, you can have it. First, this other demon was like, and then he said, Crowley, you can have it. So it kind of, he was happy at the time, but it didn't measure up to his expectations.
Well, not only that, but I think he kind of assumed that Sam and Dean would kill him at some point when he wasn't of benefit to them anymore, which I agree with personally.
Yeah, but I don't think that was motivation on the sacrifice, which is what Jeremy was
Well, I think
talking
it could
about.
just be like, I'm gonna die at eventually some point.
I think after 1,000 years in the same job, anyone would kill themselves.
But that's
Well, there
Especially
is that
that one.
larger philosophy.
That's how long he was the king of hell.
I'm just spitballing here.
no,
he's making jokes.
so
Someone has to
like
become a
7
religion.
years.
Right, because I couldn't remember if he became the king of hell during this.
Well, Lucifer was in prison for how many thousands of years?
I know, but so Crowley was king of hell.
No, he was a crossroads
Season
demon
1.
originally.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out.
No,
in
not
relation to the
until
series.
no.
Lucifer was the king of hell and stuck in hell until season 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Crowley. So that flashback presumably took place season 4-ish, season 5, 6. We just
Which one?
The one where Crowley
the
becomes king of hell.
I'm thinking that he became the king of hell when Lucifer got trapped in the cage in season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds about right.
But he was always bound by the seals, though.
He was, but the seals were all broken at the end of season 4. That's how Lucifer.
But he
But the
like,
Came
seals
to Earth.
only keep him in hell?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole plot arc of season 4 was once the seals are down, Lucifer comes Earthside, possesses Sam, and starts the apocalypse.
but didn't he like introduce himself as the king of hell,
Crowley?
or just as a crossroads?
He was a crossroads,
He
was a
demon
crossroads
until
demon.
he ascended to be the king of hell.
That
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, good for him, that promotion.
I know.
Great.
Incredible.
So let's talk about
skip
some
right over
of
the
the. There are some little one-offs, and then I want to hit heavily on the end of the season because we're already starting to speculate. We have many questions, obviously. The one thing that I don't want to gloss over, though, is the homage episode, Stuck in the Middle with You, where Supernatural pays homage to Quentin Tarantino classics Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, which is actually where we learn about the Princes of Hell. What did you think about that episode?
I didn't realize that was a Quentin Tarantino nod at all.
Oh, I did.
I did.
I immediately thought, oh my gosh, they're doing Reservoir Dogs.
I haven't
It's just
seen
a lot-
Reservoir
lot-
Dogs.
Oh.
I've seen it.
I've seen Kill Bill.
I haven't seen
They weren't doing
any
that
of
one.
them.
Okay. I thought you said they were. Then nope,
No.
didn't
I
get it.
honestly don't remember that episode very well at all.
What happened in that
disappointing.
episode?
That's the one where we learn about Ramiel, the cult comes back, the Lance comes back, they break. Castiel gets stabbed. They're trying to save Castiel.
So we're seeing it from different perspectives. kind of, and
Like in
there's that
Pulp Fiction.
new guy.
But then they also are doing the thing around the diner table and doing the Stuck in the Middle with You song like in Reservoir Dogs and walking on the street and Mr. So-and-so was somebody's name like Mr. Pink and Mr. Brown and blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
No.
Not Tarantino fans here. I
Yeah,
guess.
sorry to
Well, no,
I mean, I just haven't seen
the
Reservoir
references, I just don't know
Dogs.
the episode. I don't remember the episode.
It's called Stuck in the Middle with
I've
You.
seen Pulp Fiction.
Mary gets that hunter to lie about getting the Sam and Dean on this case, but she's actually working for
The British Men of
Men
Letters.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like Castiel's going to die the whole time
Yeah.
because he was stabbed by the Spear of Destiny.
Yeah.
Should I keep talking, or
Yeah.
should we?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Another standalone episode was the return of Claire hunting werewolves and then
I
getting
liked that episode.
bitten by one.
Yes, I love Claire.
That's
You do?
Yeah, I like
I
Claire a
like
lot.
Claire.
I think her character has, like, I know you.
John and I.
Yeah.
We're always agreeing on these people. I'm not a big fan of Claire. I don't hate her. I don't hate her like
Yeah, I don't hate her either.
you know,
but
I
I'm
just-
not.
every time she shows up, I'm like, what's she gonna angst about at the boys now?
I mean, yeah.
Stop the angst.
But she is also a teenager, and her father was
This is
possessed
not-
by an angel, and, like, there
Yeah,
might be
she
some
didn't have the
emotions
greatest
there.
Get over
upbringing.
it.
She has some daddy issues.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I liked that she ended up. I mean, I'm glad they saved her, but I liked that she ended up getting bit by the werewolf to kind of like knock her down a peg. You
Yes.
know, like because I do like her as a character, but she was getting a little too cocky. I think.
Yeah,
in
a
her
little too-
newbiness.
I think they kind of made her character a little homage to. Do you remember Joe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I loved her. Loved her.
I loved Joe.
I'm
love
gonna
Joe,
forever
I love Joe,
cry at Abandon All Hope when Joe. Yeah, that was the worst. Season 2, that whole storyline with the Harvell Roadhouse, like I loved
Yeah.
that.
Well,
a
and
whole
it
lot.
just felt like she had that whole like semi-crush, semi-hatred for the guys,
Yeah.
and it was very an homage to Joe. I thought,
It's a similar character.
Yeah.
Joe was
Could see
more
that.
charismatic.
Yes.
and a better actress.
Well, yes,
And
a
a
better
better
actress. I
actress.
think that's why, because you generally don't like the characters that have bad actresses. So that makes
Oh,
sense.
so
Well, there you go. There you go. What about Ketch and Mary sleeping together?
Weird.
Yeah.
No,
It was
see,
weird. I was like,
I liked it because Mary was all like, "This is a one-time thing," and
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, sure, gotcha." Wink, wink, nod, nod, and expected it to be more than a one-time thing, and it was legit, just a one-time thing. Like,
I feel like Mary's
still
the kind
fun.
of woman that would like hold up to that word, though, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but he was kind of stalker leery.
he was a creeper. I was like, God, no, you can't.
Just like
You
I don't
can't
like
be
that.
creepy new dad. Stop it. Like he really
Oh,
wanted
God.
to be
Yeah,
like that,
imagine that.
evil stepfather figure to the boys or something. I was like, don't do it.
I think it was weird that it even happened.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I agree.
agree,
I just
yeah.
think he's like beneath her. Like she could do better.
She
than
could do
that.
better.
What are
Yeah,
you
even
doing?
for just one night's
Yeah, even
comfort.
just for one night. I don't care.
He was there.
Find Mick.
Funny,
Mick
I
was
don't
cute.
I think alcohol must have been involved.
Probably was.
Sound theory.
It probably was. And they were working together, you know, like, I don't know. I think when you, like, spend all day killing things together, I can imagine it gets romantic. I don't know.
Hunter, now this is your segue. Hunter Eileen returned for a brief time.
Yes.
You want to have your feelings now?
Yes.
I tried to
okay.
give you your segue earlier.
I'm sorry. I was like
It's
waiting
okay.
for the right moment. She should not have died.
And not like that.
Not- she is-
again,
The
it's
Hellhound,
this.
correct?
She is
Yes.
deaf, and she died because she couldn't hear the hellhounds.
Yeah.
The invisible.
What? Like, yeah, it was such, like, it was crappy, and it's a particular writing team that does this all the time, and you talked about the treating women terribly on this show, and it's kind of, they call them bucklemming.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she was just, it was cool to have a deaf hunter, and I guess it would be kind of a hazard being a hunter and being deaf, but just to have her go out that way was such, like, a punch to the gut. Like, I don't know, it just sucked
I
real
agree,
bad.
I
And
agree.
her connection with Sam too. Like, I know it's a trend that all of Sam's girlfriends die, but like, do we have to keep that going? It's just unnecessary. So.
Does everyone else realize that they bring people back for one episode and then kill them off
Yes.
all the time? All the time.
Like
All the
Sarah,
time.
who is
It's
also
getting
one of Sam's
tiring.
lovers.
But Eileen had
That
more than
bugs
one episode
me.
this season.
She
Or
did, thank
even
goodness.
Lady
that
Bevel.
was nice. But
Brought her back for 2 episodes to kill her off.
yeah.
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
rough.
I was okay with that because I don't
She's a bitch.
like her.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
I didn't like her on the Vampire Diaries either, and I know we
Yes,
talked about
thank
this,
you.
but
Wait, who
Yeah.
did she play on Vampire?
Valerie, one of
Oh,
the,
God.
I
I just
personally
could
liked
not
her on the Vampire Diaries. This was my opinion, but whatever.
she was the lone supporter of the Valerie
I
character.
I didn't like
But
Valerie.
it seems like there's a trend in the last couple seasons where you're like, oh, hey, I remember this character from 2 seasons ago. Awesome, cool. Oh,
I know,
crap.
no.
Well,
It's meaningless
and
and
kind
they
of like
kill
you
off
brought
anyone
up
else.
with the twins, too. I mean,
They're
like
tying up
bringing
loose
them
ties.
back, and now, yeah.
All it is
I mean-
to have a little happy bow tied around the ending.
But I mean, people loved her character. She was great deaf representation to people that watched the show, and it was just
I was really excited
Such
to
a-
learn that the actress actually has. I don't know if the actress herself was deaf, but like
no. I think she
2
is.
generations
Yeah, no, I
previous to
think
her
she's
in her
really deaf.
family are.
Yeah.
So like I was happy to know that was like
Yeah, like, it was
accurate
authentic,
representation
yeah,
and
yeah.
like
No,
actually
I agree.
hiring an actress that was
Yeah, well, that's
so-
why. Like, it was so
Yeah.
nice and just like, wow, you're doing something progressive, supernatural. This is great, and then they just took like 12 steps back. So
Yeah.
It's tough in a show where you kill everyone off.
it is. It really
Because they do
is.
kill everyone off.
Yeah.
Except the boys.
Well, they
But then
They killed them.
No, no, they
Oh
all
yeah,
had
they came back to life.
They've
And
died.
Castiel.
And then come
They
back.
they literally kill
Eileen
them.
might come back to life. We don't know.
I don't think so.
That's
I
the
think they were
parallel
trying to
universe.
wrap that
Everything
up.
is-
What about the episode with the satire and the god, quote unquote? Normally he's a demon. He's one of those Lilith-like characters from the alternative
Malak or
mythologies.
whatever.
Moloch.
Moloch.
Oh,
yeah.
Moloch, yeah.
Yeah, what happened in that one?
Yeah.
That I feel like I liked it.
They were feeding the blood.
They were
Oh,
they were giving
yeah.
blood to Moloch in the basement of the house, and then he was living in the meat market thing. The meat,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
not meat market. That's a different story.
There are more than one connotation for that phrase, Jeremy.
It still wasn't a market. It was like a cooler.
Yeah,
And then like
Cooler.
Gene got locked in the freezer with him. And
Yeah.
I can't remember, how did he die?
The god?
Moloch, yeah.
I
The
think
cult,
I-
maybe?
I think so.
It
I
was
think
the
it was
cult.
the
Yeah.
cult. Actually, I think it was.
When in doubt, go for the cult.
It was probably the cult.
Because no, they said dust anything.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool episode. I liked it. I liked the twists that they took with, thinking it was the one guy and then it was the other and there
The
was
creepy
a weird...
sheriff guy
Yeah.
that did
The
taxidermy.
creepy sheriff that did everything.
Taxidermists. It's always taxidermists.
Yeah.
They're creepy, man.
Or they're half brothers, apparently.
Let's talk about where we have landed at the end of the season. Castiel, do we think he's dead?
For
good?
now,
No. Yeah,
For
I
how
hope
long?
not.
but
I
not
give
for
it
good.
3 episodes.
Yeah,
So
like Max.
How is he going to come back, though?
I feel like he has
Hello?
a connection
Baby
with that.
controls space and time.
I
That's
think he has
true.
a connection with the baby Lucifer.
Assuming
Yeah.
the baby Lucifer is at least good enough to want to bring him
okay,
back.
so let's go back to does
Jack,
everyone think
that's his name,
Jack
right?
is
Yeah.
good
Jack.
because I don't know. Just
I
me
think-
looking in his eyes, I think he's evil. Now,
I do too.
I think they set it up for us to think he's evil because there were
That
like
was my
bloody
thought.
footprints and it's dark and his eyes are glowing, but I don't know if he
Of course
really.
burning
They're
footprints.
Oh,
What?
is that
They were
Burning
burning,
footprints. They were
yeah.
melting
Oh, were they
the
burned?
carpet.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I thought it was blood.
Oh, the fires
I missed
of
that.
hell.
And I think we were conditioned to think that yellow eyes means evil.
Yeah,
He does have a human soul, though, right? Didn't
Yes.
he?
Yeah.
So?
yeah, because they were saying if they could remove the baby's grace, then
Oh, yeah.
he would be
So-
human.
Didn't even be
It's
human.
gonna
Could
be
go
in a
one way or the
turmoil.
other. Yeah, I mean, I think
I
pulling towards, it'll be the two sides pulling towards
I
good
think
and bad.
the next season is going to be all about them trying to teach him how to be human or good.
Possibly.
Wow.
If that's
The
true,
devil comes in and tries to make him be evil, kind of thing.
Maybe.
The devil's going to break out of the apocalyptic world.
Somehow.
Oh yeah,
See,
he's
this is
in
where
You
there.
watch.
Crowley
Space and
would've
time.
been
You
good.
Space
watch.
and time.
I feel like this would
Somehow.
have been a good. That could
Yeah.
have been a good role for Crowley to
I
try to
think-
turn him evil.
A really important
Yeah, he
thing-
already did that with the darkness,
I don't
though.
remember.
Like he did.
He did. That was season
I have 2
11.
questions,
Okay.
and they're flaws.
Head's gonna
These are character arc flaws for me. Why
That's the
did
question.
Castiel trust Mary Winchester to go up there and be the doula for Kelly? Why? would he ever trust her.
Why wouldn't
To
he?
deliver the baby?
Yeah, I think he just wanted
Mary?
to trust a Winchester.
I think he
I
just
don't
wanted
think
to...
Cass was thinking straight
Yeah.
because
Well,
he
he
got
wasn't.
zapped by the baby.
He wasn't, but
He drank the
he
baby
first of all, he obsessively took all those like doula online classes and like all that stuff, clearly wanting to be there for the birth of this child. And then I honestly was surprised Mary Winchester didn't just stab that baby when it came out.
Well, look how Mary thinks about her own kids, though.
Yeah, but she's got that ruthless side to her, I think.
That's true.
Only because she was brainwashed.
No, even before that.
Yeah,
No.
a little bit,
That's why
but
she
not
joined
with
the
her
That's
kids,
why
though.
she is
Not
like
her
Dean.
kids.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand the train of thought on why did he let Mary take it?
I think it was just he let her take care of it because he had to go deal with Lucifer.
I
But he
agree.
didn't
I don't
have
think
to
there
go
was any
deal
other-
with Lucifer.
Alternative motives for that.
But he had such a single-minded focus on caring for this because what the arrangement was is Kelly said, Castiel, I need you to take care of my son.
Right.
So he took that on in all connotations. Like, okay, I'm going to obsessively take the doula classes. I'm now going to go help
Right.
Sam and Dean take out Lucifer so that we'll be able to take care of this baby. Mary was there. I think if Mary wasn't there, it would have been somebody else. So Mary was there. I don't know. I guess I don't see where you're going with
I just feel like I wouldn't have trusted Mary. I'm surprised
That
that
may
you
be
did.
like a talking point later on in that series. Like maybe Castiel, when he does come back, because I'm sure he's coming back, might bring that up at one point.
Maybe. I don't know. I just thought... Because it didn't even seem to me like he was like, I'm going to go help you fight Lucifer. It seemed to me like he was like, hey, look at this thing I found in the backyard. Like, it was...
Well, like I said, his mind was not...
No,
Right.
focused. No.
And I guess Mary was at the point in the season, I thought, where she was on the back end of the catharsis with Dean. So I guess I wasn't at the point of thinking Mary is going to make continual bad choices. And I don't think she really had the opportunity to make a choice with the kid, per se.
Yeah, because it, like, basically exploded out
Yeah.
of her.
Knocked her out, yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
So hold your second question because
Okay.
otherwise I'll forget.
No, that was my second question. It's fine.
Okay.
What was the first question?
Yeah, you said you had two.
Don't forget.
So, we talked last time about Sam and his powers. So, because we're
Yes.
referencing the yellow-eyed so much...
Thank
could
you.
that
I was
mean-
going to ask this question.
Yes, could that mean that Sam's powers could come back? Because I'm all on board for that. That was a
That's
good
what I
point
keep
in the
thinking
series.
they're driving toward.
I think
And they
so.
also made it was very interesting that at some point the Mark Pellegrino devil character says, oh yeah, now whatever Crowley did, I'm good and I don't need Sam anymore to be my vessel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to wear the Sam suit anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Which then, because Sam had the dual destiny, one being one of Azazel's children and then the other being a vessel for one of the archangels, like Dean and the half-brother. So...
You're a vessel. You're a vessel. Everyone's a vessel.
Just the Winchesters. They're touched by all the divine things. Okay? That's just what happens in the supernatural world. So I keep thinking this is all going to come and tie together. And maybe, again, I'm being wishful about it. But they made such a point of hitting on the yellow-eyed demons. And I don't think it was just... It was partially that. Because obviously Mary's initial life on Earth was heavily tied to it. But she also made that deal with Azazel that was the whole speech that Dean gave. She
very
set them
emotional.
on their path. She's the one who kind of put Sam in harm's way. And now I feel like it's going to come back again. And they've brought everything else back.
They wouldn't have wrote that little dialogue in there if they weren't going to mention it again or have it be a part again.
That's what I'm
I
thinking.
think so. I hope so. Anyway.
I don't know. I don't necessarily
And
think he's
the
going to get his
little-
powers back. Because
Yeah,
back in the day, he was drinking demon blood. And,
Yeah, he said that they weren't fully they're almost like dormant at the moment, so maybe it has to be triggered by something, and that
By
could
the
be
yellow-eyed kid.
The Nephilim coming back. It all comes together. Full
Maybe.
circle.
But he's not going to be drinking demon blood.
Well, no, hopefully not, because that would be.
Well,
a
we
mess
don't know
again.
what this kid... I don't know what this kid... What do we think about this kid?
Well,
I have
we
no
already
idea
talked
about the
If
kid.
we think he's good or evil. We're kind of on a mixed bag about that.
I think he's...
I think they want us to think he's evil.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is or not.
I think it'll be just that same pulling towards the good and the
I
bad
was just
as
gonna
it
say,
normally
I think
is.
he's neutral, and it depends on which way he gets pulled, the good or the
I wonder if
bad.
he's
But
going to
then
be
that
kind of
would be
like...
such a recycling on the darkness storyline.
Well,
I know, but it's like Sam
it's
too.
possible.
Which just happened 2 seasons ago.
I wonder if he's going to be like Data from Star Trek. kind of that neutral person.
Nick got all excited.
Doesn't know what's right or wrong kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like he'll have emotions, so I don't know. I think
Hopefully.
that would drive.
I think the fact that he has a human soul is important. That will kind of propel him one way or another. So.
And did we ever come down on the conclusion of whether Nephilim have existed in the past?
In the supernatural
they had.
universe? Or in, our,
I
in
thought
the real
they-
world?
Supernatural universe.
I thought they
Yeah, my
had,
cousin's
but they were
Nephilim.
just killing them off. That's what that whole team of
Yeah, I thought
angels was about.
I wasn't
Yeah.
clear if they had already been killing Nephilim or if they were just charged to kill the one
I
that
was
they
under the
thought.
impression that they were.
I was
I
under
thought they
the
were
That
F-Squad.
whenever
Yeah.
they found who, a Nephilim, they go kill it.
So what happened? Where did these other? Maybe we'll see more Nephilim.
Or supposedly killed them.
Right.
Maybe
Maybe
they didn't.
Maybe he'll
actually
make an
hiding in
army.
hell as yellow
Exactly.
demons.
Or maybe they just said they had been killing Nephilim to justify killing this one child. I don't know. But that was the impression that I
Why
got.
isn't this kid the Antichrist? Did I miss something?
Well, because
Because
that was
the Antichrist already happened
yeah,
in season 5.
that was
Yeah,
I don't
season
remember
five.
that.
It was very anthematic. It was nothing.
very-
It was no big
Nick's whole
deal.
theme is I don't remember that.
It was literally
I
like,
don't
remember this
remember it.
season. I don't remember.
Because it really wasn't exciting. It was not that exciting.
No, it
That's why
was
you
very anticlimactic.
It was.
They
It
just
was very.
said
It's
Right.
like when your friend comes
Because
back that
it
you
was
graduate
a-
high school with and hangs out for a day. That was it.
Because you said it was in season 5.
It
Yeah.
was,
So
yeah.
much else was going on
Oh
in
yeah,
season 5.
there was a lot.
Yeah.
Going on in that
I think
season.
that was just sort of to bring in more like demon and angels and the whole apocalypse thing, because he was a threat to the end.
They
of
were
the world.
both coming in.
Was
Yeah.
Lucifer the daddy of the previous Antichrist?
No, that
I
was a
don't think
demon.
so.
It.
Well, how do we know that demon was the Antichrist? Did they use the word Antichrist?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
did,
Yeah,
yeah, and
so-
he was just like sent away
so.
to camp or
and
something.
ironically
Because if we
enough,
watch The Omen, we know that the Antichrist is the devil's child.
Well, now see, that's a whole different lore, isn't it? It's
It
not
might
the same
be.
as this.
well,
This is
and
its own thing.
ironically, that kid had the power to bend space and time too. He made weird shit happen, like that teddy bear
did.
that grew to life.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that was.
Yeah.
See,
Like
I
you
think the
said-
yellow-eyed stuff and the Lucifer stuff and Nephilim stuff, they're all bringing it back around and it's all going to connect.
But I think this time it's more powerful. This baby is going
Well,
to
sure.
be more powerful than previous.
I think the other old baby, young baby, like back in the day,
Yeah.
was a product of either a normal demon or a normal angel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is a product of an archangel or demon.
Yeah, which is why it'd be more powerful.
It all makes sense, sort of.
What?
He's got the good genes.
We need to rewatch season 5. Oh my god.
I,
Nick needs to go on Ancestry.com to figure out the
just-
Lucifer angle.
Yeah.
Supernatural.
Cause
I
that
just need
would
to
be our
rewatch the whole
ancestry?
show, but
actually, I think you could go down the rabbit hole looking up all the alternative mythos around the story of the birth of Lucifer
Yeah.
versus God. There's all sorts of stuff
It's
on
all
there,
different.
which
Yeah.
has fueled a lot of our favorite fictional television shows, many of which we cover on this podcast. We've kind of talked around it, and I get the general sense that we're not really sure. Are you excited for season 14 at all, or no?
13?
13.
13 at all, or no?
Yes, because I want to know. I just felt like a lot of things were messy in the last episode, and I would like to see them
I wanted to bounce back to
tidy
the
that up.
past season where it was like with the baby episode and like good things like that.
Oh,
Season
baby,
11.
as in
Yeah.
like the episode from
Well,
the
not
point
that.
of view
I
of the
just mean
car.
like that general like feeling. Like
Oh, the
season
first
11,
half of... Oh, the
season
last...
11.
Oh.
Yeah, like that was a
Yeah.
good season.
Well, and I think there's a lot of people that feel that it should have ended at the end of season 11.
They're saying it might end at the end of season 14, but
That's
that's not confirmed.
14.
14.
Right.
Yeah, so that means we have two more.
Two more seasons, which I think it should
They
be.
want to get to 300 episodes, is what I heard.
Yeah. Which that's
Why 300?
It would break a record.
Yeah.
Oh.
They've already broken a record for the genre, but it
Yeah.
would break a record. I
think
don't remember what it is.
Seinfeld was the other longest running one.
I
Or
think
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Simpsons is the
It's
longest.
still a,
I think
Yeah,
It's
that's
still
for...
Law and Order maybe. That went on for a really long time.
Yeah,
right?
but that was like 20 years. There's something to do with it. I don't remember, but it had a record and there was...
well, what was X-Files? Maybe,
No. it
That-
wasn't
not-
X-Files.
what
Not
was
even
X-Files?
close, was it?
6 or 7 seasons?
9 seasons
9?
plus 6
Oh, it was
episodes.
9. I didn't realize it was that long.
Well, it's not done yet.
Currently, 9 seasons. In answer to your question, Nick.
I thought 10 is
This-
not this podcast. I thought 11 was announced.
11 was announced. It
Okay.
will not premiere till 2018.
2018.
You're going to
That's
have
1
to
year.
wait.
That's
Neil.
1 year,
That's
Nick.
a lot of Supernatural.
Well, what? What do you... The X-Files or Supernatural?
No, there's a lot of episodes of Supernatural before I get to X-Files. 2
Yes,
years.
that's true.
Well, whatever.
1 year.
What year is it?
17.
It's only 1 year.
Okay,
Oh, man.
Rails.
okay, Jumanji. What year is it?
Hashtag too soon. Yeah, because they're remaking that.
That
Unfortunately.
means it's timely.
No.
The preview looks cool, though. I'm just gonna say, it actually looks cool.
It's a disservice to the memory of Robin Williams, but whatever. Anyway, that brought the room down. Is there anything else you want to say about Supernatural Season 12B, or anything you want to say about prospective Season 13 that we haven't already said?
Can it be over soon?
Can we watch Mary punch Lucifer more?
I would be okay with that
I'm
one.
okay with that too.
I'd like a whole episode of just that.
We might, and we may very well go to Apocalypse World and see their attempt at a buddy comedy
Oh,
with
God.
punching.
More punching.
More
I don't
punching.
know, not so much buddy comedy, just punching.
I'm interested to see the structure of the next season because my
Yeah.
biggest complaint has been of the past seasons has been we introduce the big bad, make up. There's nothing to do with it. We just have to wait until the 22nd. I mean, later. Like they just put it off. And I think this season, with all its failings, was an attempt to. We have these other storylines, and that's what's really driving it. Not we're filling because we can't defeat the big bad until the end of the season.
Right.
So I like that they attempted to solve, or it seemed like they attempted to solve that problem. It was a little more scattered that way, but maybe next season will be more structured or better thought out.
Scattered, I think, wasn't their problem in the second half. I think it seemed that way in the first half.
Yes.
For sure. But then it kind of landed into something by the second half. I just don't think it was executed very well. You know, there were the British men of letters. It was really hard for me to believe them as a threat to anyone.
They were very. Those episodes were very tedious.
They were
They
very
wrapped it up.
tedious.
They
Yeah.
definitely decided they were.
Yeah,
done
they
with
shot
it.
everyone in the head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Their
hold on.
leader and
Annihilation.
Real quick, the voice on the computer,
was more-
assuming the other British men and letters in Britain,
yeah.
Yeah.
what does everybody think of them? Do we think that they're coming back into play, or
I hope not.
Not soon.
I think they were leaving themselves an open door in case the show isn't over in season 14.
I just, I don't care for them all that much. And I do like Lucifer, and I don't think you can really kill off Satan because that would be hard.
Maybe Sam and Dean go abroad.
As foreign exchange students in the British
she
men
ran a
of
trip over the
letters,
pond?
they're going to go to the Kendrick Anti-Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Men of Letters.
Can you imagine Dean like trying tea for the first time? I want to watch that. I want to
Where's
see
the
that.
bacon?
Yeah, there is a lot of bacon in England. He'd be happy for that.
I'm excited to see what this world entails because there's a lot that they can do with it, like you mentioned. So yeah,
Makes me nervous.
it does make me a little nervous, but I'm also interested.
They can also push it off onto the back burner too. It's like, oh wait, this portal to the other world's closed, so we're done with that, and now we're going to focus on the
They
baby.
might. They
could.
might focus more on the baby.
They could be connected.
And then
somehow.
That
later
means they're
bring
done
them
with
in.
Mary.
I hope they're
I
not
can
done
see
with Mary
that.
because then that means again we had this strong female character that now is just
So par for the
peace
course.
out. Yeah,
It
I
sucks
know.
to say, but
Yeah,
I don't think we're done with Mary, and I don't think we're
done.
done with Apocalyptic Otherworld.
I don't think we're done
I
with
don't think
Lucifer.
we're done with it. I'm
Do you
saying
think
that
they-
they'll push it off on the back burner and focus more on the baby thing, and then bring in the
Maybe.
couple of,
Or
or
maybe
maybe
it'll
little
be
bits
vice
and
versa.
pieces of that world.
Maybe, but you know, on the other hand, the baby would be the more immediate problem.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Is it going to? Is Jack going to destroy the world?
Is he going to open this parallel world and
So
merge
yeah.
them
who
together?
thinks when Jack has his first his first fight with his girlfriend, that he's going to open a portal unexpectedly?
Yes.
All of us.
If he did it during contractions, I think we have other problems on the
Oh
horizon.
God, puberty is not a good time.
So
No, and didn't he look like he was ready for puberty?
Yeah, he did.
I was like, that child is like 12.
I was like, he's ripped. He just came out of the vagina.
He ripped his way out. That's why she
That's how he killed Kelly.
I don't know how I feel about where this is going.
That'll get edited later.
Oh, Lord.
Do we think we're done with the actor, Mark Pellegrino?
I hope not.
I
love
really
him so
like
much.
him.
He's
And I
snarky.
think there's a hole because Mark Shepard's gone.
They have to have some
They have
sort
to
of
have somebody,
familiar. Yeah.
I'm sure they want him. It's whether or not he wants.
That's
The only other thing he's really doing regularly, and I don't know if he's going to be in season 2, is 13 Reasons Why.
There's a season 2 of that?
They have announced
I
it.
have a lot of feelings about that show, but that's like an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
We already did a podcast
I
on
know, I'm
it.
just saying.
Did anyone else think that Mark Pellegrini's character was kind of very kitschy and flippant in his last couple?
He's always been that way.
Yeah.
But
That's
more
really-
so, like, almost like, oh, cool, side character stuff.
I didn't think so.
I didn't think
because,
I think it's how he plays off of Mark Shepard.
And it's also
Yeah.
after the last iteration of Lucifer, I guess before the president. He is not kitschy to me.
I really liked when he just killed the guys that helped him get out of that, like, body issue that
Oh, when he goes
Crowley
to
introduced.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, the other one?
And
The,
two,
like, the
like,
2 demon
douchebags.
servants who are
Oh.
like...
Oh,
the
yeah.
2 flunkies.
Yeah, who
The
are
one
like,
that's-
oh, we're helping you this whole time behind Crowley's back, and
Yeah.
we'll be rewarded when you're released. And then he was like, peace out.
I think you're talking about the 2 D-bags that summoned him in the first place from the bottom of the sea.
Oh, yeah, no, that too.
and
That was great.
That is par for the course, though. He does kill anyone that helps him.
Yeah, he's like, thanks for your help, bye.
Well, because he hates demons, technically. Like,
Well,
he created them, but he
And he hates
them.
loose ends,
Yeah,
too.
that's
Like, he
That's how you
doesn't...
know he's a rogue angel.
That's probably what will happen to him. The baby Lucifer will go, and he'll.
You
That'd be
think so?
anticlimactic.
Yeah, it would
That
be,
would
but
be a little bit.
look at what they did with Rowena. I mean,
Also, that would be patricide.
Yeah.
Assuming that Cass is dead.
yeah, I hope
For
so.
now.
Which we...
For now.
Right. I hope not. But I'm just saying, assuming he is, it would be
I think he's connected to that baby.
I think he's
Like
connected
Since
the
he
baby
touched
will
it,
bring
yeah.
him back.
Yeah, I do.
too.
I think
I would like that.
so. Me too.
Because I liked where they
Says
were
Miss,
just
I hate
starting...
when people come back from the dead.
Okay,
But
but...
Castiel.
But how many
People.
times has Castiel come back from the dead so
Yeah,
far?
Dad brought him back like 5 times in seasons, like 4
Yeah.
and 5. So.
Yeah, but recently. Just saying, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And that death did not.
You haven't died in
the
a while. Let's bring you
character
back.
Yeah,
That's how
I don't
they
know.
write, it seems.
Well, Cass has also had a myriad of different issues as an angel. He has grace, he doesn't have grace, he borrows grace, he's a human. He's God, he's a demon.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on with Cass half the time?
Yeah.
Just Misha shows up and, calls someone ass butt. Everybody
What was
starts
that
out.
thing that was his voicemail this season? Because it was my favorite. I
Oh,
can't remember what it was.
You've reached my mail, which is
This is my voicemail. Make your voice a male.
Yes,
What? I was there.
Do you
At
Yeah,
the
guys
Dean
time
know
was
he
trying to
tried
call
to
him.
reach him and he was in heaven.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
reached Castiel's
Like,
voicemail.
the
Yeah.
service?
Make your
I didn't
voice
have any
a man.
bars.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Aww.
Yeah. That was like old Cass. I loved all of that with Castiel when he... I don't know.
That whole shtick, like I
I
don't
agree
even know
with
what.
you.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like I don't
technology is.
understand humans at all, but I'm pretending I do. Yeah, that's good Cass stuff. But I guess I would be happy if he wasn't dead because I liked where his character was going with the whole like wanting to play father to this Nephilim and that it was creating like a rift between him and
Everybody else.
everybody else. Yeah, I was gonna say the brothers, but yeah, everybody.
I think it just fills a void that he's had since he stopped believing that God was there to
Right.
do anything.
Right.
Is God gonna come back from the darkness?
You
ever?
actually said that the last time.
I know
you
I
really
did.
want to see Chuck
No,
and
I'm just.
Amara.
It's
Chuck.
just they went off and like
Because they're having a talk, they're hashing out their issues.
it's been a
Jen.
really long.
They've got like millions of
Been like a
people.
whole
It's a long
season.
talk.
3,000 years beforehand.
They're
It's gonna take 2
dating.
seasons.
What do you want?
I want to see what they've resolved. Have they become?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I am positive before the end of the show, and that might be season 14. If that's the last season, we
probably-
will see
see
those
that
two
soon.
again.
We just need to see an open therapy session with Chuck and
God
Amara.
knows.
With a
Who
mediator.
would be conducting this?
I don't know, maybe
And
like
how did that make you feel?
Lucifer.
I think that'd be
Well, we
great.
Lucifer's
already
the
tried
mediator.
Lucifer
That'd be
and
hilarious.
Chuck. Only if
Yeah.
Cass was wearing or had Lucifer possessed him
Yeah.
at the time. That was awesome. but also it didn't go very well at the same time.
Right.
Because Lucifer is a whiny, spoiled child.
Yeah.
That's what that's called.
Because he's the first child. He's the oldest.
Hey! I don't appreciate that one bit. And neither does Kelsey.
Nope.
I'm the oldest.
I'm fine with it.
Are you?
Yeah.
By how many minutes?
2. 2.
What does that count?
I was ripped out of the uterus first.
You're a twin.
Yes.
That's funny.
I call shenanigans. Are you going to keep watching?
Yes.
Yes.
I
love
will
it.
grind that crap till the end,
Wow.
even though I might not like it.
Just be
So you're gonna, what's it say?
Ride or die. Ride.
Right
No.
or
yeah.
die.
There
Yeah.
you right.
Is that
That's
it?
motorcycles. What does
I know.
Dean say? Keep grinding until the end or until you die.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Yeah,
what you're
that's
going to
me.
do?
I mean,
Well,
same.
that's good. You'll still be on the panel then. So the minimum requirement is you have to watch it.
And I'll still like it. I just won't like aspects of it.
That sounded controversial and contradictory. But that's fine. Keeping
That's
it
me.
spicy. Would you recommend Supernatural at this point? Why or why not?
The first 5 seasons.
Yes, I was just saying that,
Yeah.
actually.
And then season 8. And then parts of season 9.
I'll recommend
What about
watching
11?
If you
Yes,
have time to
11.
kill, yeah, throw it on.
I would say watch the first 5 seasons, and
Like-
if you like it enough, keep watching. That's what I would tell people.
Devote all of your time to seasons 1 to 5, and then, like you said, just throw on.
And then build an altar to Jared and Jensen.
What?
And then build an altar to Jared and Jensen.
Yes. Also that.
I already have one built.
She's there.
You can bear.
Converted. Oh, didn't I convert you?
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I'm doing my part.
And I said, I don't know, maybe someday. And I said, actually, I think it took me twice. I started watching the first episode. I'm like, and you said, keep going. It gets better. Trust me, it gets better. Oh, okay, then here we are.
Yep. That's what
12
happened.
years later.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't
No,
know.
I
She
started
wasn't
watching
in
it.
real
They were
time.
in season 5 or 6 when I picked it up.
We were doing a show at the time, and we were talking about
Yeah.
something to watch, and I think I was obsessing about Supernatural. I was obsessed about Supernatural. Now I'm still obsessed, but in kind of it's a comforting security blanket sort of way. Not an, oh my god, I have to turn this on today, like Game of Thrones. That's where I'm at with, shut up. Judgment.
I just don't understand.
You would if you watched it. Anyway.
You don't watch Game of Thrones?
I have heard that.
He's
there's
judged
some
it. He's prejudged it.
I don't.
I want to watch
See
it, but I
the
have no
appeal.
access to it.
Same.
You're dead to me.
That's
no more
where I
tacos.
am.
for you.
Actually,
Oh, no.
it takes additional income, but both Hulu and Prime, you can spend $15 and get HBO shows.
Oh,
Well, I
really?
saw on Hulu, because we have Hulu and Amazon, but they were advertising that
Netflix is you're gonna have to,
try
like, edit all
HBO.
this
So
stuff.
do you pay for Hulu and you get HBO, or you pay another?
You're paying an additional for the premium contract, just like cable,
Netflix
but
does the same
cheaper.
thing.
No, I know we have
Just
a
get
Hulu
HBO Go.
Plus.
That too.
It's more than that.
Yes.
Hulu
Oh, okay.
Plus gets you the no advertising, right?
No.
No.
Hulu
No,
Plus
we watch
gets you
everything.
more, or there's
Hulu Plus gets
More
you more
content, more.
advertising.
I don't
Hulu
There's
Plus.
no ads when you watch on
Hulu Plus is the paid service.
Yeah.
But there's
Hulu-
still ads, and if you
There
pay
are.
an extra dollar, there's
there are.
Especially on
fewer
Once Upon a
ads.
Time, which I know you love.
They're limited
Oh,
though.
that
There's
got
just not many ads. So with the
So if you pay, there are pricing structures around them, but Hulu has contracts with Showtime and HBO where you can, for additional money, watch their programs. But you can have access to Game of Thrones,
I'm gonna look
including
into that.
real time.
I'm gonna look into that because I really want to watch Game of Thrones.
This
Are
is
we
like
still
a mini
recording
episode.
Yeah.
Stop being grumpy, Nick.
I'm not. I'm just saying this is a helpful mini episode separate from this.
So I would just say that I think I ask this question every time, and their answers really haven't changed. It's always watch the first 5 seasons, and then if you're committed, keep going. I am going to hesitate to say anything different for right now, just because it's going to depend on how the show ends for me.
Yeah.
And we're at that point now where we're definitely on the back end of the show, however long they keep going. I don't know if I can tell people to go beyond season 5 right now.
I don't think you have to. You either recommend it or not, and they decide if they want to keep
and I think
watching.
That's
Season 5
part of what recommending is, Nick.
I know, but you don't have to recommend whether or not they go past 5.
I think season 5, if you stopped watching it, it's a very organic ending to the
It is.
to the show.
Yeah.
If you-
Except the last 5 minutes where
Yeah.
Sam's there again, but yeah.
But I could stop after watching 5 and have no problems, even though I would want to go on and figure out what happens. But
I could stop watching after 11 and have no problems. It's 12 kind of made the question mark, what do I do now?
I think they had a high point and they just went downward, so.
I think each season ends, maybe without the exception of this. I don't know. Maybe it's too many now. But it ends where
Strong.
I want to know what happens. Like whether or not you liked 11. Mary came back and it was, I wanted to know what was going to happen with that. I don't know how much I care whether or not Cass is alive or dead, because I feel like it's a easy fix either way. It's easy to bring him back. Like, I'm not curious, how are they going to bring him back?
What about
If he comes
Mary
out,
or the
yeah.
Nephilim?
Yeah, and this parallel
Jack.
I
world.
hate the parallel world
I know,
idea
yeah.
so much. I'm very hesitant to do much more with it, because it just opens up. There's no constraints to the writers anymore.
So with that said, what I'd like to do at this time is thank Allie, Kelsey, Jen, Nick, and Jeremy for returning to talk about Supernatural. And because we've returned and talked about Supernatural, we're now at the end, I have to read this ending piece. CPU, ! Was produced by Backpocket Productions, run by yours truly, the Chief Couch Potato, and hails from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Please, if you like what you hear, take the time to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or Google Play. We would love it if you could assign some stars to us. On the higher side would be preferable, but if not, at least give us a comment or review and let us know how we're doing. And spread the word. We hope people will find us, and I think that they will have fun listening to us as much as we have talking about it. If you have suggestions on shows we might consider, contact us at our website, couchpotatoesunite.wordpress.com, via email at couchpotatoesunitepodcast@gmail.com, or via Facebook and Twitter. We add new and old shows to chat about around the water cooler all the time, and more new episodes coming down the pike are always available and searchable via the web. Make sure you subscribe to our blog, our channels, and social media accounts, and you'll stay up on all the brand new events and episodes, of which I list at length in the introduction. Now, next time our Supernatural panel reconvenes will be after the mid-season finale of Season 13, so somewhere in the winterish. And if you want to catch up on Supernatural, and if you want people to sponsor us with little red icons, you can go find Netflix and watch all of your 12 seasons of Supernatural, or the first 5, or the first 11, whatever you want to do. You'll find it. Until next time, keep listening, keep watching, stay tuned. Bye-bye.